Welcome back to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac of Roby Electric with Trent Haston of the Roby family of companies. Trent, this has become probably our favorite segment of our show, and this is where we get the opportunity to highlight someone whose life was changed by some sort of a disease and then had an opportunity to take advantage of Make-A-Wish. And so we have Audrey to talk about today.
I will say that when you said this has become the favorite segment of our show, that's because at the end of the segment, I get to part ways with you. No, I'm kidding.
I thought it was
that's what popped in my sick, narcissistic mind.
Third time you said narcissistic.
We love narcissistic. It's the word of the month.
I thought it was because you did your panther growl. Maybe nobody wanted to hear that.
So Audrey, she's 4, and she wanted to go to see her. She wanted to do. And so she wanted to see a volcano and cookie cutter sharks, which that is a style of shark.
It's a type of shark. We just found that out.
I jokingly said it was come out of my oven. But so Make-A-Wish thought that Hawaii would be a great spot for this. So she got her and her family in early February, got to go to Waikiki, Hawaii. I've been there. It's an awesome place. And when she figured out what was going on, her big blue eyes lit up, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about luau's. I mean, they left early in the morning, got to the Big Island, did some hiking, Volcanoes National Park, the Kailua, is that Kilaea? How do you Kilaua? Kailua Ike Trail. I'm sure that's something real famous that I don't know about. Maybe you do from your visit there.
I don't.
You don't. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was great. I mean, they got to really experience Hawaii. Obviously, we talk about Make-A-Wish as being a distraction from what's going on in the life of these kids, which is so important not only psychologically, but it also helps with the healing process.
And their families. I mean, she got to take her family. I think she got her ears pierced while she was there.
Great.
She's 4.
Yeah.
My kids aren't getting their ears pierced ever. No. I'll tell you a story about
34.
getting ears pierced. So, come from a very conservative family.
You
Y'all
did
heard
have
that.
your ears pierced.
My wonderful
Turning red over
grandfather,
there.
who I love so dearly, who I think never knew I had an earring other than I had an earring in my senior picture that he had on his desk. I don't know if he acted like he never saw it, but I'll tell a story. So I was in the 9th grade when my brother was a freshman in college, and he goes off to college and comes home with his ear pierced. And my dad did not like it at all. And I said, man, I want to get my ear pierced. And it was kind of during that time, I guess the early 90s, it started becoming somewhat popular. So me and my buddies one night, 9th graders, pulled out the ice cubes at my buddy's house and got a big, thick stud and pierced each other's ears. And I mean, it took like 5 seconds to get through both sides of my ear. It was very painful and excruciating. But
You do have thick
But
lobes.
I come home, my earlobe, I got little teeny earlobes, but my earlobe was all swollen up and red and stuff, and my dad saw it, and he did not talk to me for a week. Literally. And that's the most painful thing. He ignored me. He was irate. And then he figured out, hey, it isn't that big of a deal. This guy's still my son. It didn't change who he is, and he put up with it for a while. So thank you, Pops. But
I think Audrey's was a little bit probably different. I'm sure they had a professional come in and hopefully pierce her little.
I just remember you could hear it pop the skin, and then it went through the earlobe, and then it popped the skin again. And it's right on your ear, so you hear all this happening. So play by play.
Let's get back on topic here. We're
I'm sorry.
talking about Make-A-Wish.
I thought it was a good story.
I thought it was too, but we obviously have our Pitching for Witches cornhole tournament's 9th annual. And just for anybody out there that's heard us talk about this, Friday the 12th. This is coming
17th.
Friday.
What?
Friday, August 12th.
The last day for the deadline
is
for
the last
sponsorship.
day
Got
for the
it.
deadline for sponsorship. I thought Reagan said for you to stop interrupting people on here.
I
What's
just
going
thought it was
on?
a good opportunity to correct you.
Yeah, I figured.
I
Now,
was
Trent is
wrong.
right to an extent. The actual event is in September. But obviously, if you listen to the stories we told, we've obviously told. This is the third one we've told about Make-A-Wish Kid. You heard Trish's example in the last segment of what it means to them. This is a tremendous opportunity to not only have a great time, put some dollars behind it, and we'll obviously do a lot to make sure that it's well worth your investment.
So every penny that we can incubate for the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Central and Western North Carolina through our Pitching for Wishes, our 9th annual cornhole tournament, a penny's a penny, and it goes towards the cause. But We have sponsorships that range from $1,000 to $5,000. It's 100% tax deductible. It goes to directly. You write the check to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It does not go through us. All we are is a conduit. So get in, and for that, you get your name on the signage, the advertising. We're going to get a lot of radio pubs coming up on different radio stations, and we get a bunch of T-shirts made that we love to see at the YMCA on housewives, and get advertising. So you get your logo on that, and it's branding that you get on top of doing the right thing that keeps on going.
Well, I tell you what, I had lunch yesterday at South Park, and I saw a kid wearing the white cornhole shirt. So it's out there. I mean, people are wearing them everywhere. And the good thing about all that money that we raise is it stays here in Western North Carolina, which is great. So anything that we raise goes directly to Make-A-Wish, and it stays to benefit children in our region, which is fantastic.
That's awesome. And the sign of a great charity, I learned this because I was on the board at Make-A-Wish, is how much money goes back into the mission, which is granting wishes. And Make-A-Wish is around 80%, and that's the gold standard in charities, that 80% plus goes back to the mission.
Good stuff, Trent. For Trent Haston and the entire Roby family of companies, thanks for listening. We'll be back next Sunday at 9. Thanks.